Hello, Mr. Davis. We're a group of marketing specialists who would like to present to you a series of strategic decisions regarding DrinkWorks' new product launch. I will present to you segmentation and targeting. My colleague Lydia will present the competitive analysis and positioning. Next, Yunjay will talk about the product and Leo will discuss its pricing. Then Dhiman will present the distribution channels for selling the products. Lastly, Jessica will describe our branding and promotional strategies. So the first decision involves identifying DrinkWorks' potential market, which can be classified into geographic, demographic, psychographic, and behavioral segments. The geographic segment includes consumers who seek functional value due to their busy lifestyles. The demographic segment consists of high-income drinkers and hosts who seek functional and social value. Next, we have the psychographic segment, which includes DIY type consumers as well as technophiles. Hence, they focus on the experiential value in addition to functional benefits. Lastly, we have the behavioral segment consisting of frequent drinkers and hosts, social infrequent drinkers, and the non-social infrequent drinkers, all of whom seek functional, experiential, and social values from the product. Based on this, DrinkWorks should target middle to high income hosts, drinkers, and technophiles between 23 to 64 years in age because it will allow DrinkWorks to capture a large market share and secure competitive strength. By targeting the demographic segment, DrinkWorks would be able to generate higher profits as these high income consumers have a higher willingness to pay for the device. However, it would be difficult to identify from demographic data whether individual consumer values match the brand personality, which greatly influences the company's sales. The psychographic segment focuses on experience and the augmented product. Thus, by targeting them, DrinkWorks could create long-term relationships with consumers, resulting in brand loyalty, which would give DrinkWorks competitive advantage. However, basing a new product on intangible benefits would be risky as customers have limited information on the product and would therefore require high marketing costs. Now, a large portion of the demand comes from the behavioral segment, which seeks convenience and superior quality. Hence, they tend to have a higher willingness to pay, generating high profits. Moreover, targeting hosts who are likely to serve drinks made by the Curec device during social gatherings would increase the brand's awareness, consideration, and loyalty. However, this is based mostly on frequently adjusted qualitative data having high subjectivity. Overall, the downsides of the target market can be reduced by allocating a portion of the annual revenues for market research and feedback. Now I will pass it on to Lydia.
Thanks, Rita. As identified in the perception map on the right, DrinkWorks is an upscale and high-quality product that competes primarily with Bartesian and other high-end cocktail subscription companies. DrinkWorks homebar device and pods are both vertically and horizontally differentiated from these cocktail subscription companies, as DrinkWorks provides a higher quality as well as a variety of taste. The cocktail subscription companies provide cocktail recipes, mixer, and ingredients separately. However, DrinkWorks is able to create drinks with the touch of a button. Also, DrinkWorks brand image allows consumers to express their high-class status. DrinkWorks products are horizontally differentiated from Bartesian because although they provide the same quality, DrinkWorks provide additional feature of carbonation and onboard chilling, allowing with having a better design when compared to the Bartesian machine, which lacks the appeal of a drink-making device. They may also differ in their brand positioning and personality in the market. Since we know DrinkWorks' competitive differentiation and target market, we have come up with a positioning statement for DrinkWorks, which is to middle and high-income individuals who are frequent drinkers, hosts, and technophile between 23 to 65 years in age. DrinkWorks is a brand of high-end, multifunctional, and sophisticated home alcohol brewing applicants that provides you the pleasure of making a variety of cocktail with a never-go-wrong taste, as well as convenience at the touch of a button. Because first, a semi-illicit marketplace proved that our drink selection far exceeded the expectation of 94% of consumers. And second, DrinkWorks have developed technology through a joint venture with the world's largest beer brewing company and a leading coffee brewing company. Now I will pass on to Yunjay.
Thanks, Lydia. In terms of the product, the most important decision to make is what the pods will contain. Essentially, the best solution for DrinkWorks is to produce both types of pods, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, to target a larger customer base with different needs. Pods without alcohol will be able to reach a larger market as people who are reluctant to drink alcohol, but also want to spend time with people who drink alcohol can do so easily. They would also be able to choose the alcohol type that they enjoy drinking, as they can now control the amount of alcohol they put into the drinks. Alcoholic pods, on the other hand, would sufficiently meet the demands of hosts who either enjoy alcoholic beverages or prefer to serve a variety of options to their guests to enhance their hosting experience. Furthermore, as the purpose of this product was aimed to create alcoholic pods and for alcoholics, it would be best to gain a larger customer base and satisfy target customers by introducing both types of pods. Going deeper, DrinkWorks should not only focus on cocktails but also focus on creating beer pods. Once people buy the device for creating cocktails at home, they would naturally want to try the beer pods to avoid purchasing the separate beer cans and bottles. Also, the variety of drinks that this device can produce with a single touch, along with multiple flavored pods, would satisfy them and provide a new experience to them. Having to choose one type to focus on first, the pods can be introduced earlier than the beer pods, and the convenient creation of cocktails at home is already proven to be popular by various tests in the market, but beers are not. Therefore, to become a greater success, DrinkWorks can introduce the beer pods after the cocktail pods, gain substantial market share and customer loyalty. Now, I'll pass it on to Leo.
Thanks, Yunjai. To price the machine and the pods, we use value pricing approach. In the market, Bartesian sells a machine for $2.99 and a non-alcoholic pod for $1.67. Considering DreamWorks machine is more advanced than Bartesian's, the TV of DreamWorks machine tend to be higher than $2.99. The TV of non-alcoholic pods tend to be $1.67 and higher than $1.67 for alcoholic pod. Next, to estimate the perceived value, DreamWorks undertook two surveys. When the machine is $2.99, there will be 3.8% of customers willing to buy it. 51.5% were willing to pay $4 for alcoholic pods. Over 72% were willing to pay $1 for non-alcoholic pods, and over half were willing to pay $2 for beer pods. Lastly, the machine should not be priced higher than its alternative, since it has a high price sensitivity. If the price is a little bit higher, customers are willing to buy the alternative. In contrast, the pods price could be a little bit higher since it has a low price sensitivity. In summary, the DreamWorks machine should be priced at $2.99. The alcoholic pods, non-alcoholic pods, and beer pods should be priced at $4, $1.67, and $2 respectively. Now I will pass on to Demand.
Thanks, Leo. I'll be evaluating different distribution channels and making an important conclusion on which channel would best create value for DrinkWorks and its consumers. As we can see on this slide, we have three broad channel options, including liquor stores, traditional retail stores, and e-commerce platforms. All these channels have their advantages and drawbacks. For example, liquor stores have been a major strength for DrinkWorks in the past, leading to a vast network of long-built business relationships. However, DrinkWorks would need to meet federal laws subjecting the company to an excise tax, which would potentially cause shortcomings in revenues. Also, traditional retail stores provide access to a wider customer base and efficient inventory management, but limits on permissible sales channels by the government would mean consumers have to buy the machine from retail stores and mixer pods from liquor stores, creating significant inconvenience for customers and contradicting DrinkWorks' primary value proposition of convenience. Lastly, e-commerce platforms have the lowest retail margins and stimulate repeat purchases of non-alcoholic pods as a result of the convenience provided through the easy-to-use online shopping platforms. On the other hand, e-commerce limits customer interaction with the product and removes touch points, with an increase in shipping and delivery costs. It is also important to consider that e-commerce platforms would possibly not attract the older demographic. Overall, a multi-channel distribution strategy would create a seamless buying experience for customers and give opportunity to DrinkWorks to grow revenues and market shares more quickly by access to a wider customer base, which would diversify risk and prevent reliability on one sales channel for growth. Now I will pass it on to Jessica.
Thanks, Damon. As mentioned in targeting, the chosen consumers are in the demographic, psychographic, and behavioral segments. It would not be as difficult to convince targeted consumers in the demographic segment to consider DrinkWorks, but they may not move along to the trial stage of the decision-making process because their values may not match with the brand personality. Those in the psychographic segment would like the experience of making their own beverages at home. Hence, consumers in this segment would most likely move along to the trial stage of the decision-making process. And in order for DrinkWorks to move them along to the repeat/loyalty stage, the company should use sales promotion. It would be easy to convince the consumers in the behavioral segment since they express interest in alcohol and are multi-category drinkers. However, the social infrequent spirit drinkers and the non-social infrequent drinkers lack interest in alcohol or socializing, which implies that even though they are aware of our brand, they will not consider our product. Drinkworks can appeal to them by emphasizing the convenience of the machine. Before the launch of the product, Drinkworks should first reach the target consumers by releasing teaser ads and live product demonstrations in the stores through partnerships with technical or home appliance selling companies, as this builds brand image and shows that the product is not complex to use. Then Drinkworks should focus on advertising promotion because they would want to give consumers reasons to buy Drinkworks and aim to reduce customer sensitivity to the price, allowing consumers to move along to the consideration and trial stages. The main advertising media Drinkworks should use is social media as it provides a higher targeting ability, allows peer socialization, and bi-directional plus crossways communication. Drinkworks can include ads on social media platforms such as Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Additionally, Drinkworks can invite influencers and YouTubers to endorse the product. Drinkworks should also advertise using traditional mass media such as TV, billboards, and magazines because they would encourage awareness and consideration by the older targeted consumers. After consumers are convinced to try the product, the company can move them along to the loyalty stage by sales promotion. Drinkworks could provide coupons, rebates, and free samples to consumers, which would motivate them to repeatedly purchase pods. Moreover, warranties could be implemented as a part of the augmented product to encourage the purchase of the machine. By setting a rational or emotional theme, Drinkworks can best promote its message to targeted consumers. It can appeal to them by highlighting the quality and performance of products by demonstrating the convenience a touch of a button delivers, or interviewing influencers who have used the product before. Drinkworks can also attract consumers by appealing to them emotionally, such as showcasing positive feelings the product brings. The key claims Drinkworks should highlight are the themes of the product and the variety of the pods. This is all for our marketing strategy presentation. Thank you so much.